Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful monarch butterfly. So I will start with the wings. Just two curved lines, actually they don't need to be quite that curved, but that'll do. So you want a little bit of curve this way, and you actually want to curve the other way. Do that with both the wings. Now from here you curve again and bring this line up, meeting near but not quite at the beginning of the first line. You can see that. Okay, I will draw his body in there, in that little gap. Add a head, doesn't have to be very large. Okay, now starting at a point about right here, around a nice big curve. Okay, now if you take the line from his body out this way, you want to bring it about to that line. That completes his body. Alright, I hope you can follow along fairly easy with this part. That was the hardest part of the whole drawing. I would like to mention the tools I'm using here. This is a Pigmamicron pen. This pen happens to be waterproof, which means it won't smudge when I apply the watercolors. I've got my water over here and a simple watercolor set that I'm going to use. Okay, so once you've done that, let's add some antennae, I believe they're called. And now I will add a border around the edge of his wings. Again over here. I'm sorry the lighting is a little bit poor here. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm adding some little circles inside the border around the edge of the wings. So with the monarch butterfly, the edge of his wings is black with spots. So you want to add those spots in. And then you want to fill in the rest of this area with your pen. Now you can use just about any pen for this, but be aware you will get, if you use a standard pen that you just write with, it will smudge and you will get a little bit of a messy effect. But that's well, I actually kind of like it a little bit, the messy effect, but I'm not using it in this. If you're a perfectionist, you definitely want to get the Pigmamicron or some other pen that is also waterproof. I really don't know what other pens are available that are waterproof. Alright, so you can see how I am filling it in. It's a lot easier to do this with the pen than it is with the watercolor because of the precision required. And I also like to note that if you're not very comfortable drawing with a pen, that you lay down the basic shape of your butterfly with a pencil and then trace over the lines with the pen. Okay, so now I will add some veins inside the wing. So you can be a little bit creative here, but I'll move my hand so you can see that easier. So there's your basic design. You can look at some photos of butterflies to get some ideas for other vein patterns. There's probably not a whole lot of difference, I don't really know. I mean, in the vein patterns, but among different butterflies. I will add some more black to the body now. And the intent here is to have a black body with light highlights. So I'm leaving a little bit of white. All right. Next, what I'm going to do is add some flowers. And these are really easy to do. Just some curved branching lines, a little bit of a cup, top it off, and add a little area above it. And there you have it. So add as many of these as you like. I like to bring some that pass behind the butterfly so that you can put some up above in this area over here. Alright, that should do it. Now it is time to add color. Okay, I've got my watercolor set here. Alright, I'm going to start by adding a dash of blue. Well, I guess more than a dash you'd say, but I'm going to, the idea is to make it look like a splash of color. So I'm going to leave the edges of my blue area rather rough. So just be careful, you come right up to the edge and be careful not to color in your flowers either. So notice how I have the branches cut off at this level. That's about as far as I want to bring my color. Okay. And just be patient. Take however long you need to paint this part of your painting. Oh, so I will mention that this paper is a watercolor paper. Regular sketch paper is for doing things like pencil sketches or pen sketches, and it's not thick enough for watercolor. If it's not labeled as a watercolor paper, odds are it'll warp when you add the water to it. Even watercolor paper does warp some, but it's not nearly as significant. So you do want to use watercolor paper. If you're very experienced with watercolor, you probably already learned this. It does make a pretty big difference using the right kind of paper for the job. Okay, I am almost done. Alright, so now I'm going to dip my brush in the water and dab it on some paper towel to get the color out. Okay, you can't really see that, but that's what I'm doing here right now. So I'm dabbing onto paper towel. And now that that's done, I'm going to start coloring the butterfly itself. So I am going to start with a base color of yellow. And if you've looked at monarch butterfly, you're probably wondering why yellow when they're actually orange. And I've just found that this makes a good undercolor. And the thing about a monarch is it's not exactly one color throughout the whole wings. There's a bit of variation, and having a yellow undercolor kind of allows you to capture a little bit of variety in the shading of the wing. Doesn't look too bad as just a yellow butterfly either. So if you want to leave it yellow, feel free to. This is your project and you're allowed to have some creative license. So I'm going over it with orange now. And notice how I don't have to cover the wing surface evenly. And that's because of that yellow undercolor. Okay, that's good for the base layer. I'll come back to it later and add a little bit of dark. The thing about the wings of a monarch is that they're actually a little bit dark near the body, and then the darkness radiates outward. So it's the darkest here and lighter over here. But for the moment, I will give that a moment to air dry, and I will color these little flowers yellow. Whoa! I probably went just over a little bit into the blue. Okay. I am cleaning my brush again on the paper towel. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of green. So the base part of the flower is green. Alright, I will return to the butterfly, get some black on my brush, and starting near the body, I'm going to pull the black color outward. I think that turned out better on this wing than that one. Add a touch more black to the first wing. Alright. Oh, I just noticed I forgot a green on this little flower right here. Go back and fix that up. Okay. One last touch. I'm going to add a touch of black to the underside of these flowers. Alright, and there you have it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and hope you can make one of your own. Thanks for watching.